Okay, so I'd like to review your homework that was given to you on Friday from the worksheet that was emailed to you. Number 1 is drawn on the board here, and you're asked to prove if these two triangles are congruent, and we need to remember and commit to our head what are the several triangle congruence postulates or theorems. So in my head I'm thinking you have side, 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 angle, side, angle, side, angle, side, or angle, angle, side. The two that are not congruence postulates or theorem are side, side, angle, or we write that the other way around, which is cursing, that's a no, or the other, which is angle, angle, angle. Those two do not prove that two triangles are congruent. Okay, so remember, there's 6 corresponding parts on triangles. Two triangles, if you're looking at two triangles, you only need to prove 3 corresponding congruent pairs. And these are the 4 at this point that we're looking at. So, are these triangles congruent by any of these 4? Well, first you have to draw and see. First one, number 1, what do I see? I see a tick mark or angle marker in both of these corners for the 2 different triangles. Okay, so then if I mark that, I see there's an angle as I go around. Here they share this same side. You didn't notice that? Well, you should. If they share that, that means that those two sides are the same. And then I see a third side. Well, this spells that bad word, so this is a no. Side, angle, angle, or the opposite way around. The right hand is angle, side, side is a no. So this one is not. Those two triangles are not congruent. And before I go too far, let me say this one right here can also be written as side, angle, angle. These two are the same thing, depending on which order, if you go clockwise or counterclockwise when you're looking at them. All right, so let's continue. Number 2, when I look at this, I see one marker in this corner for this first triangle, and then I see in the second triangle has a marker. So there's an angle, and then again, this triangle, they share this side here. So there's a side, and then I see when I'm looking at this first triangle, I see angle, side, and then there's this 2 marker here, and that 2 marker there, there's an angle. So those 2 triangles are congruent by angle, side, angle. If I chose to go the opposite way, what happens? Well, if I decide to start with this with a double marker here, I still see an angle. Coming around, I see a side that is marked, and then I see a second angle. So it's still angle, side, angle. You could have done it from the top one if you liked it from the top angle or angle triangle 2 that I marked. Triangle 3. What do I see here? Well, first thing I notice is they share this leg, which is a side. So 1, 1, they both share this one. They both have a 2, 2. So there's a second side, and then they both share the same length there. Or have the same length. They don't share, but they have the same length. So side, side, side would be number 3. Then number 4. Number 4 here, what do I see? Oh, I see an angle. Single marker here, single marker there. So there's an angle. Then I see a side. Well, I don't see anything else. Well, I see these 2 triangles are congruent. We should remember that vertical angles are congruent. We learned that for a reason. Okay? Well, angle, side, and then angle is their congruent. So this one is, these 2 triangles are congruent, excuse me. So number 4 is angle, side, angle by vertical angles. And again, those angles are congruent by vertical angles. You gotta see what you know. Number 5, I see here for these 2 triangles, I see a side and an angle. I see nothing else. Well, we should have learned before when we were looking at the construction problem with Greg in there that we need more than 2 corresponding parts. So this one is going to be, there's no congruence about this one. All right, let's look at number 6 and move further. number 6. Actually, I'm going to skip to number 7. I see a triangle such that I have here, and I see this corresponds to another part of the other triangle, and then there. And on the second triangle, I see this here. Right? And so, this one was a trick one right here. If I look at this first triangle, I see what? A side that's marked. What do I run into next that's marked? An angle. And then what's marked next? A side. Side, angle, side. Beautiful. So let's look at this one here. So, this one, if I look, what's marked? A side. What do I run into that's next marked? That's a side and then an angle. Well, SSA is not a congruent statement, and furthermore, they're not even the same congruent statement. So this one is not one for number 7. All right? So let's look at one more thing here. We talked about, I drew on your homework, this is just a side note. If I have some shape, and I'll use this quadrilateral here, and they have an arrow that points upward or could point downward. But anyhow, they both have this arrow. What do those arrows mean? It means that these two sides, and I'm going to label them A, B, C. These two sides, AD and CB, those two sides are parallel. This means they are parallel. So AD is parallel to CD. Those arrows mean parallelism. If I draw like so here,